Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our free weekly video report for Tuesday, July 18th, 2017. I might put a couple reports out this week because we're in the final phases of a pretty big marketing campaign that we're finishing, and I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have to do over the next few weeks. But anyway, let's get started. So, the market has been pretty dull. We're hearing all over the financial news stations that don't ever try to short a dull market. We're going to 2800 on the S&P. They're giving you all the reasons they can to get everybody into the market, and it was definitely a surprise to us. We were not anticipating another new high, but the thing is that we've never said we were going to be 100% correct on everything, and we had our stops in place. And I even sent out an email saying that you can try a short position between the 2444, 2448, and simply have a stop at 2454. So you got stopped out. It wasn't. I got stopped out. It wasn't a big deal. No big loss. And now we just look for clues for when the next top is coming. And the reason why I'm saying the next top is because even though we made new highs, it's not changing the overall time period that we're looking for a big drop to take place. It's always been there. It's not changing, and neither is the technical view of things as far as wave structures and divergences. So yeah, that wasn't the actual top that we were looking at. And the one thing that I warned a lot of people that will, that send emails that, things are wrong or stuff like that is, yeah, they may have been wrong on that particular top, but it doesn't stay wrong for that long. And the reason why is we just have too many people that are looking up at the same time as we're running into a negative time period. And when you have that, as well as wave structures, you just kind of sit back, wait for the pattern to show itself, which I've been showing our premium members what I'm looking for. And as much as today's action really was nothing, the S&P closed up a point, it actually said a real lot. And it was something that I was going over where I said we're looking for the chop zone where it's going to start frustrating both the bulls and the bears, where they both start jumping in on a breakout or a breakdown, only to find out that it reverses and goes the other way. That's part of the process that I'm watching right now, and it all fits into a time period that we're looking at. And the one thing I will definitely warn everybody on is, just don't listen to the TV. They will definitely steer you down the wrong path, and I'll give you some perfect examples on why I'm saying that. So again, just for the new free members that we have, basically our newsletter, we base it off of time, sentiment, and technicals. The time is when to expect the weakness or the reversal. Sentiment is why, because when there's too many people that are leaning one side or the other, whether it be bullish or bearish, typically that is when you are going to see a trend reversal. Technicals is where, and that's some of the parts that I was just talking about as far as the pattern that I'm watching for and what I'm informing our members what to look for. So yes, we were looking for that actual top that was on 622. We had that as as a possible important top. This is all part of the golden halo formation, and that's where I'm saying, even though that wasn't a top and we made a new high, it's not erasing this pattern right here, and it's not erasing the wave structure, and it's not erasing the sentiment. So it just wasn't that top. We had I had my stop in place. I lost less than a half a point on the S&P. It's not the end of the world, and you're going to get stopped out a lot of times with any service, and ones that say that you're not going to get stopped out and they're 100% and this and that, run, because they're lying to you, and you're going to lose a lot of money, because the market and sentiment is going to go in cycles. And right now we're in this thrill euphoria phase where Kramers of the world just can't see a reason why this market will ever go down. You have to just keep going in. Everybody's, seeing dips be bought and bid back up again. This is your euphoria phase. What happened is when we start dropping, they continue to buy the dip because that's the way they've been trained to do. And then when it starts taking out support levels, then they panic and we get into that capitulation. And that is typically when you want to start buying. And that is what the sentiment does. It measures where we are as far as in this cycle. And when you're at the top, it's not a great place to be buying, even though we may not get the exact top on things. You're going to struggle to make money even on the long side. And what I mean by that is I'll just show you an example where we've had sentiment that's been bullish this whole time, but if you got long at 24.41, okay, you made 12 points, but you had to endure this big drop here. If you got long at 24.56, you had a big drop of 50 points to the downside and you made 8 points on the upside. So it's not a one of these moves. When you have sentiment that's at these levels and we're in a turning period, what happens is, yeah, you may make new highs and things may look extremely bullish, but you're only grinding a little bit higher before getting these pullbacks. So that's really the sentiment cycles. And like I said, even though it may have been not the exact top that we were looking at on that, these don't stay wrong for that long. And this is what we're talking about, where it's dangerous just to be listening to people about, oh, just stay long for 5-10 years, because you know what, a lot of people told the people to do that in 2007, and trust me, I guarantee you most of them were not long going through that. So yes, we have the kill zone has took place back in the at the 1987 crash, the golden halo. Everybody was bullish on the markets, 37% in 3 weeks. Why is there a possibility that could happen? Now, I'm not saying, we're not, nowhere in our newsletter are we saying that is what's happening, but here is the technical aspect to support that if it did happen, it would make sense. And that's simply this is a bullish wave structure. And what that means is that once this big drop, if it ever took place, it would be a buying opportunity because the next one is going to the upside. But can you see how this actually, if the S&P went from 24 or 2500 down to 1700 or 1800, how that would seem like it would be a crash? It would be a crash because we haven't seen an 800 point drop in going on 8 years, so, or 9 years. So there's a reason where this could happen from a technical front, and it would make perfect sense. But that's not really what we're looking for and what we're anticipating. It may happen, and if it does, I can sit there and say, yeah, that's the reason why, and it would be a great buying opportunity. So this is what I'm talking about, where just you should really forget about everything you hear or what people say and why this market's going to keep going up. This is a chart, looks very similar to the chart that I've been showing you with the bullish extremes up here, but this is July 24th, 2014. Everybody was saying, don't ever, short a dull market. It's never going down. And here you saw what happened. The S&P dropped 100 points or somewhere in that range. But you can see this is the big drop that nobody was anticipating. And then we went back up again, only to drop even further than that. And this was all kind of anticipated, but it also was hinted by the extreme sentiment. So this is where, when people tell you not to short a dull market, and within a term period that we're looking lower, which this was back in, it doesn't make a difference what market we're in. This is the type of move you're going to get, even if it's a little off on it. So this is another one where you can see that sentiment was just extreme up here. And this is 720 to the so July 20th, 2015, which you can see we high sentiment, 92%. And then what happens is we made a quick drop, and then from there we went straight down. So again, when people are telling you, don't short the summertime because there's no volume, this and that. These are the same. Can you see the same patterns that are in place going back all these years, going all the way back from 2014. Each one of these this was your signal that something big was going to be taking place. And yes, there's something big that is taking place. And if you don't know the time period that it's going to take place, what happens is you start buying the dips like everybody has, and then what happens is we continue lower. So this is the wave structure. This is now a daily chart, and what we're waiting for is this wave 5 to complete. Now, the danger of just buying dips and anticipating that the next move will be a 4 and a 5 back up is it's already completed, and we're actually starting this move. So there's a lot of danger in this market right now, and it's something that you cannot overlook, because if you do, you're going to get caught. And we're in a time period that things are, they really can turn ugly in a very, very fast way, because we're in a time period that Woody has referred to, the great crash in 1987 with the golden halo there and what took place. So you have to pay attention, because if you're caught on the wrong side, it can literally wipe out your entire portfolio. And again, I'll show you the same thing. What I'm saying is not that this crash is going to be the end of the world. No, it's actually going to be one of the best buying opportunities you're going to have since back here, because once this makes this low, we're probably going to shoot back up. And again, I'm not saying we're going to 1700. We could go to 2000 or something like that, but still, we haven't even had a 500-point decline since 2009 lows. So there's things that are pending right now that are bubbling, and nothing has changed, even though that was not the actual high in the market. It looked like it could have been, but hey, we broke through it. We got stopped out. Now we wait for the pattern to set up here, and we start looking for the top. And then once we start making a downtrend, you jump heavily on the short side, and it can be a fantastic trade. But right now, we're really in that holding time, and we know we have the sentiment that's on our side, because this does not look like a bottom. It looks more like a topping process. We know we have the wave structure in our place, and now we just wait for price to confirm things, and I know exactly the pattern to look for. And we have an upcoming date that is that a lot of people have forgotten about, even members, because it doesn't seem like it worked. But trust me, I've been following Woody for a very, very long time, and that date isn't going to change, and it's actually going to be for a low. So if you notice, we've been making higher highs and new all-time highs. So imagine if this date does prove to be a low, how quick this market's going to go down, and why you really have to anticipate what is coming, because it's not going to give you a chance to get out. And when it does, when you're on the wrong side, what happens is you're going to keep averaging in positions, and before you know it, you're down a ton of money. So listen, this week I'm not giving you any specials right now. What's happening is I'm putting these out, and they're filling up, and then I'm getting people sending me emails to redo it, and it's a back end nightmare to have to go put those coupon codes back on and delete one and move it over. So I have three separate special offers that we have right now. Send me an email if you are interested at info@sentimenttiming.com. It's in the email that you received on here. Just put in that you're interested in the offer. Whatever offer is available at the time, I will send it to you with a coupon code. If you use that coupon code and it does not work, it means that offer's filled. Just send me an email back saying that the offer was filled, and I will send you the next special offer that we have. But we have too much going on right now to be able to keep having to change these coupon codes. So send me an email. I will send you the link, and not the link, but the coupon code. Subscribe, and like I said, we have some very, very important things coming in the very near future, and you have to be ready for it. So with that, have a great night, and I might talk to you guys tomorrow.